This band? I like this band. I wrote it down so I don't forget who they are. Oh, I remember. Fucking Slack! We're back. Metal Horror Madness with the legend in the New England scene. We got Colin fronts multiple bands. One's not good enough for him, just like me with the Metal Moms. One will never do. You gotta be aggressive, you gotta be loud. Every time I see this guy, he's destroying. Need I say he's slaying out there? He's one of the hardest son of a bitches in the scene. We got Wretched Inferno. I can't take that band, it's so heavy. I see him, I have hallucinations. The dead devils talk to me. Satan talks to me. I talk back. He talks to me. I talk back, and so on and so on and so on. And then we got the other band, Genophobic Perversion. I can never say it right. That's why we got you here. To set things straight and go, madman, calm down, learn your pronunciation, and let's get this show going. Without further ado, I tell this guy every time I see him, and he knows, this is the future of death metal right here. The talent that you have. I mean that. No disrespect to all the great bands out there doing great things. You got something special. I say to him every time he doesn't want to hear it. He reminds me of a guy named Chuck with a band named Death that was so innovative and took that scene to such levels no one could understand it. And people are making notice, and people are noticing what you're going to be doing. Maggot Stop. Everybody knows what's going down, dude. You are a legend in the New England scene. I haven't seen you since the New England Death Metal Funtime Bonanza, which was a whole thing in itself. Always great to hang with you. Colin, how's it going, man?
I'm doing phenomenal, man. That was an amazing introduction. I'm so happy to be here on the podcast. I'm fucking psyched. This is fucking great, dude.
I'm glad you're psyched. You know, you're one of the realest guys in the scene. I mean that. I've met nice people. I've met mean people. I've met good, bad, indifferent. You've always been real. The other thing I noticed with you, anytime those fans come up, one of the most accessible, sincere guys there. I mean, you see him on stage, he scares me. Even the madman has emotions. I get a little scared. And then you talk to him after. You'd be surprised when you talk to us after. We're kind of calm and chill. But when you put us in our performance modes, we're psychopaths.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty much just like fucking getting out everything that's in my system. And once I get off the stage, it's chill. I'm good. I can hang.
It's chill. You could hang. You had some great merch. It was an honor. It was an honor to deliver those Wretched Inferno hats personally to you. I got to tell you, it really was. I was really psyched about that. I thought it was a cool moment. It just that the guy making the hats lives down the street. Drip for a raise. Great place. Great hats. Great merch. Great prices. Great dude. You should check him out. The Bonanza, real quick before we get into your other project. How did it go this year? How'd you had a level of confidence. I see the growth. I see the commanding of the stage, and it was sick, dude. I was really impressed.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, the Bonanza was incredible. Like, it just keeps getting better every year. The organization and, the performance there, I just feel like, I don't know, it feels like home anytime I play on that either indoor or outdoor stage, and it's great every time. Great people, great environment.
It's so good. The people, the environment, the music was heavy, the indoor, the outdoor. It's got to rain. We need the rain. I'm only happy when it rains. Cool. I'm only happy when it rains. I could be a singer, Colin, too, but I just don't want to put in the effort. You get it?
Nah. I absolutely. I do that. You got, like, melodicism or whatever.
I do. I'm a melodic guy. I'm a sensitive boy. People don't understand. I may want to sit and watch Thelma and Louise. You don't even know what that movie is because you're so young. But it was about two chicks, and they were being chicks, and they drive off, and they go off a ledge at the end. Not so good. But it's romantic. It's just about embracing your inner self, and I've got a sensitive side that I have to show. And the Bonanza, we can show that because we get our aggression out. Then we hang out with the fam. Always a great time. So glad you had a good time because you killed it, and it was awesome.
It was, and I meant to say thanks again for delivering those hats to us. I'm really Drip for Raise, fucking great guy. Put some amazing hats out. He actually interviewed Wretched Inferno like 6 years ago or something like that before we were. Yeah, on the Direct Input podcast, and I was like, I don't know, 14 or something.
It's crazy.
I listen back to that sometimes. It's crazy how it's been nearly half a decade of me doing this.
Isn't it insane when you see where you started and probably where your nerves were, and you watch everything just grow year by year? So
Yeah.
crazy.
And it's I owe, my confidence and ability to, the people that come out and watch Wretched and
Yep.
Genophobic Perversion, and just the people.
That's how you say
people
it.
of the support of that.
Genophobic perversion. Sorry to interrupt.
I think no, that's fine. I say it Genophobic Perversion. I looked up the pronunciation, and it might be Genophobic Perversion. It doesn't matter. I say GP. Some people call it genus penis. Whatever you want to say.
I like it. It's like with the metal moms. As long as they call me, they could call me scumbag, dirtbag, lowlife. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna close the deal first before they realize all those things. So I don't care what they call me.
Exactly. You got your priorities set. Straightforward.
Got the priorities set. How did you start? So which band started first?
Wretched Inferno started first.
Okay.
That was it started. There was this program in Massachusetts called the Real School of Music. It's like a kind of like band camp thing that get kids together to play music. And there was this band that needed a bassist. They had like 3 guitarists, and none of them wanted to switch to bass.
Really?
So I popped in, and I had to, I mean, I want to say I had to learn how to play the bass, but it's really not that difficult when you know how to play guitar. It's like the same. Anyways, that was like 6, 7, maybe 8 years ago, and
Wow.
I've been playing with them for a while, and we've gone through a couple lineup changes. Like I said, at the time we had 3 guitarists, but we just kept going and keep putting out shit, keep playing together.
Yeah.
We've stayed friends.
That's important. That's the one thing I really do enjoy about this scene. And people, sometimes I have people I used to hang out with I don't hang out with as much anymore. But I always like to leave things on good terms. If somebody hasn't wronged me and stuff just isn't working out, I'm always like, why leave with some big dramatic blow up or drama? Sometimes you just part ways, but you stay in touch. What's wrong with that?
Nothing at all. I totally agree with that. No reason to make a big deal out of, a lineup change or just something so simple as that when the music's still going to be there regardless.
The music's going to be there. The only big thing is, our egos. And we're supposed to have them as international, global alien superstars. There are aliens invading the earth, all kinds of stuff's going on. I'm excited to party with the aliens. I think you could start another band, alien themed. Why stop at 2?
Why stop at 3? Why stop at 1,000? I could keep going.
You've got, 100 songs? 100 songs from Perversion?
100. Oh, more than just songs, like 100 like releases, albums, splits, EPs, singles, all that stuff.
How does that happen? That is, people can't get one song released half the time.
I can't give away my secrets. A magician never reveals his true secrets, but I will say over the years I've developed and streamlined an approach to recording music for GP that like gets really fast turnaround time.
Okay.
I started just doing it during 2020 during lockdown. I wasn't going out and doing anything, and I was doing school. I was a freshman in high school, and I was doing everything on my computer, the online school and stuff. And I figured, if I'm not going out and doing anything, I still got the music thing. I was still in Wretched Inferno at the time.
Okay.
Why not just put some shit together? Just without much thought behind it, just to throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. And so I started Genophobic Perversion, and I've been going nonstop ever since.
Nonstop, and I mean, it is brutal heavy music. It is sick. It is stuff you gotta go listen to. It'll blow your mind. Sit in the dark, conjure some demons, drink, do whatever the hell you do, and just soak this in. And then I was blown away when this man sends me a demo he's doing, and I hear my voice introing something, and I was like, thank you. That made my day. I was having a bad day, dude. I really appreciated that. Just to hear that start, and then just you come and pummeling everything. So well done. Method to your madness. People that don't understand extreme music don't understand what goes into all the intricacies and all the different things and changes you hear in the music, and I hear it with you. This is not just noise. This guy takes his time with what he's doing. He knows what he's doing here.
I wouldn't say I take my. Sometimes I take my time, but other times I just, put something together in a
It
day and
just
just
comes to you.
send it out.
Okay.
Exactly. But it really, this release that you're talking about, I think it should be out by the time this episode comes out. It's called Satan is Coming, Take Me Home. It's my 99th release before this big 100th release that I'm doing. And I got to say thank you for, that sound clip and everything you said on that last podcast with Shay. I
Yeah.
really appreciate it. And you've always, had nothing but nice things to say about me. And,
Hey,
it just sounded funny the way you said Genophobic Perversion.
it was
So I
so
thought I'd throw it in there.
great the way I said it. Like, I got to talk about myself, guys. You know this about me. The way I said it, the curiosity and innocence from a psychopath, and then he just comes in and the music starts punching you in the face. Amazing. And I've always been nice because, first of all, you're great at what you do. Second of all, I really appreciate sincere people that when you go up and you talk to people and they're just chill and everybody's and you see that people see that with me. I like to pretend this is me all the time, but just like you, I'm very appreciative of things. I really enjoy making those connections, meeting people. I love that you don't take a lot of time. See, even the madman could be corrected. That's what's wrong in our society. We can say, I thought it was one way, it's this way. And that's how I do most of my videos, so I can relate to that. Because a lot of people, I'll do a video like when Hogan just died, and some guy's texting me, and then I just put the video out, and he's like, you just put that out in the last 2 minutes? Like, you didn't rehearse that stuff? I'm like, no. It just, like, flows to me. The energy flows to me, and I just let it out. And sounds like that's a similar thing you get, where stuff just comes to you.
Yeah, that's really what GP is. Just whatever energy I pick up on at the moment and
Yep.
put into a recording. I'll say a little bit of how I operate things. I
Yeah.
usually start drums first, and
Okay.
I don't record to a click track. So I jam anywhere from like 2 to 8 to however many songs, and just go just whatever I feel in the moment, and then I go in over that and I record guitars and I record vocals, and then that's it really. Sometimes I add additional like sound effects and samples and stuff like that, but
Yep.
it's a very straightforward process usually.
Now, would you recommend someone trying that, or what do you feel is easier to do? Is it better to do something collaborative, or able to? I'm going to do everything my own. Where would you recommend if someone said, "I have two opportunities. I'm not at your skill set yet. I can't do both. Which one would I pursue? Maybe what are the ups and downs of both?"
Well, I'd say for someone starting, it really depends on. I don't want to say how much you want to compromise on your sound, but I have Wretched Inferno and I have Genophobic Perversion, and for Wretched Inferno is like my main
Yeah.
project that I put a lot of time and effort into, and actual songwriting and stuff. Whereas Genophobic Perversion is just like my dumping ground. So I
Okay.
guess it really depends on your intent, but I would say for someone just starting out, maybe doesn't have the experience or skill set that I have, I would say start out working with someone else so you can, I mean, just learn how to, because you do have to learn how to collaborate and how to
Right.
bounce ideas around. It's just another skill, learning how to bounce those ideas around in your own head.
Yep.
I started playing with my friends from middle school in like a pop punk band, and I could not have started this project, GP, if I hadn't started first playing
Started
with people.
there. Right. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
But
Where
your mileage may vary.
it happened? Where does GP? Where do you get your inspiration from for these crazy songs?
A lot of it is just pulling from stuff that I've been listening to in like day to day. A lot of it I'm just trying to like push the envelope as far as I
Yeah,
can
you
with
are.
the slam and gore
Yep.
grind and whatever this project is at this point. I don't even know. But it's pretty much just I listen to my own music a lot, and I listen in the like if I'm driving somewhere and I have a long drive, I'll put on like a shuffle of my own songs, and that might seem kind of
Yep.
like narcissistic or anything, but I think of it like I'm listening back to my old releases. I'm thinking about like what I like, what I don't like from whatever I may have been putting out in the past 5 years, and then
Yeah.
I correct and record something else and add on to that. So it's like I'm kind of improving on my own formula all the time and throwing some other stuff in that I just enjoy.
I relate to that. That's what I do with my social media. I watch my social media so much, like a psychopath, and it can come across as narcissistic, but it's not. It's me watching, even the stupid with me screaming slayers. How can I do it in a different pitch? How could I do it deeper? How could I keep that momentum? Because I'm going to have to scream them. I'm going to Louder Than Life and the Hershey, Pennsylvania show this year. I can't imagine how many I'm going to be yelling, and those are only a couple of days apart. So I'm going to have to. What would you recommend? How do you keep your vocals okay? How do you keep your throat okay so you don't just combust?
I don't. Oh my god! I wish I could tell you like the intricate techniques that I use. I gargle with lemon water, but I'll admit I'm being a little young and stupid. I don't really have a lot of good techniques or like behind what I do. I guess the best thing I can say is if you're doing what you're doing and it doesn't really hurt, it's probably fine. I fuck around with a lot of different vocal techniques. Some of them might be unsafe. I have like a one I do where I like close up my throat and like I don't know if that picked up over the phone, but it did. I don't know if that's like good. Okay, perfect. Yeah. I wish I could give more insight, but I feel like I might just blow out my voice myself. So I'm probably the one that needs to be asking that question.
We'll ask somebody. If someone out there wants to go in the comment section and teach us how to behave, we'll learn. I just go out of pure energy. I go out of all adrenaline. I just ride with that until until I can't yell anymore. Like, I just love the scene so much. I love interacting with everybody. It just gets me going, that energy. And people will say to me they don't understand how my voice isn't blown out 24/7. My neighbors can hear me down the street through the walls. I am constantly, but it's hype, it's excitement. And I think that's what gets a lot of people through. And there are definitely techniques, yes, with lemon waters and teas and hibiscus and sunflower seeds. I don't know what these people are doing, you know what I mean? But I just go out of adrenaline. Yeah, you too. You're just out there having fun. And if it's working and there's no damage, and if there's damage, we'll deal with that when it comes, right?
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I wanted to bring up, since you mentioned like yelling Slayer, during Wretched's set at the Bonanza, when we both screamed Slayer together, that was awesome. That was so cool. I didn't plan that or anything.
Oh, and that was so fun. We've had a couple of me and Colin have a couple of once at the Alchemy in Providence. This one was better though because he did it with me, right? We like stopped everything, and it was great. And it just gets people looser. You just notice people start going. Because I talked to this with Shay, with some other people. I talked about it with you at the Bonanza, just how a lot of people of that generation are just very quiet at shows or to themselves. And I'm trying to, and I appreciate you doing that too, because it's us going out there going, let's break those walls down. You're with family. There's nothing you're doing that can embarrass. You're all running around drunk and high anyway and all messed up. It's okay if you want to get a little rowdy. It's okay if you want to yell, have fun, scream. But yeah, thanks for that interaction, because that was like, I also just had a blast with that. And it was just that, it was that organic moment we had. And it was just like, it just all made sense at the Bonanza.
It does. We did talk about this as well at the Bonanza. I do think that a lot of people, especially my age, are like, afraid to kind of let loose because there's always the threat of like being photographed or video taped and then being posted online in a bad light, and then everyone makes fun of you and laughs. Yep. And that's not. It's a scary thought, but it doesn't happen as frequently as some people would like to think. It drives people. They drive themselves crazy over it, and and I've said it to you. I really do appreciate what you do, even with just screaming fucking Slayer, because it opens people up and tells them, hey, it's okay to mess around and have fun. We're at a death metal show. We've been here the whole weekend. We're like, things are rotting from the sun. Right. It's all good. None of this matters. You fucking crawled out of the bathroom covered in poop and with toilet paper on your face. That was awesome. I saw that on social media. Yeah. I wish I saw that in person, but I definitely heard you scream poop from my campsite.
I was fucking poop, man. It all happened one night. Me and Eric were like fucking DMing late at night. And I don't remember what happened. And all of a sudden this idea started. And then at the Banana, I forgot all about it. And Eric, he's got a fucking billion things going on in that crazy brain of his 24/7. And all of a sudden, and he brought it up. I heard him say too, they were just like, I can't believe he's actually doing it. And my thing, so back to what you were saying. When I came on here, when I came on social media, and I started kind of during the lockdown, a little bit later because I didn't take it seriously. I was just like doing it once in a while. Then started getting crazier. I took a lot of hits in the beginning. At the time too, Slayer they were not touring anymore. They were getting a lot of negativity on TikTok, on Insta. They just weren't cool anymore. People would start saying these loud fans, and I was like, Oh, take that. Bring that back, the loud fan. But be the loudest fan. And I had people in the beginning, this guy's cringe. Oh, this guy should be embarrassed. Look at his age. And now a few years later, and I'm invincible with that. Nothing, to your point, it only has power if you let it have power. And the nice thing that's happened in social media is when you go to make fun of people having a good time, it usually backfires nowadays, right? It usually turns into the whole community getting behind them. And that's what I'm trying to just, everywhere I go, when I was in Milwaukee this year, that was the craziest one for me, Milwaukee Metal Fest, because I was out of my element, out of New England, and I told everyone, I'm going to go there and be an explosion. And it's going to go really good or it's going to go really bad, right? It's either going to be they embrace it or they're going to go, this guy needs to shut up, and I'm still going to have a good time. And they embraced it, dude. I had more followers than I thought I would have had there, which helps. That helps your confidence and the energy. But it's always the strangers I went over, or the bartenders, or everywhere I went, people just started going, that guy was fucking screaming Slayers at the top. I was trying to pour a drink, or I was eating my tacos, and then they'll come and talk to me. Dude, and I go, I'm just having fun, and I want you to have fun. And I don't want anyone to ever be afraid of having fun. And there's plenty of people like me in the scene that will not allow the bullying. As long as I can still keep breathing and protect people, that's always what I'm going to. And I mean that. This is not some like white knighting show off. This is how I really am, because I don't like bullies. I never liked bullies. I was never afraid to fight back against a bully, win or lose. I didn't care. And I'm like that to this day. And I see so many people in the scene and they just want to have a good time. And just with that poop man, back to that, I had such a blast. Like, I was laying back in the makeup chair like I was a movie star. I was like, one of the coolest things happened too. I was like, oh, anyone got a drink? And like 3 people went to hand me a drink. I was like, oh, I'm the fucking man right now. This is great. And then they were just all, I had this like little entourage following me around with the cameras. You got to get in the porta potty, put toilet paper. And then it was funny because I could hear them all outside like, what's taking him so long? I'm like, I got to unroll some of this toilet paper. I don't know where this has been from people's hands. I need some fresh sheets here. And I got to hand sanitize. And I think it was Eric. He's like, shake the porta potty. Yeah, I wish you could have seen it, because it was and I stayed in character for about an hour, which people thought I was crazy for it too. I would not break character. I was poop man. I was the real toxic Avenger from the sewer. And I'm sure, I'm sure there's, some people are turned off, some people like it, some people love it, some people don't. I had fun. A lot of people had fun with it. That's what it's about. So I think you're right. People need to come out of their shells, especially at extreme metal shows. That's the time. And it's not just your generation. It's 2 right now. It's the people older than me also. I'll watch a crowd older than me and way younger, and I will sit back. And like you said with yours, I'll go, okay, they've been conditioned from social media, and everybody kind of just communicates via text, and people aren't encouraged to be loud, and people are worried because I didn't have that growing up where they could record you, all the stuff you said. And then sometimes, and I don't want to stereotype everybody because there's tons of exceptions, but then some people of the older age, right, they'll come out and just be like, I can't act like that anymore, it's embarrassing, or I grew up, and I'm like, I will be this way till the bitter end. Like, there is no shame. People want to say, I'll never act my age. I will never be like those people that have conformed. The thing about extreme music, where I came up with it, whether it's punk, whether it's death metal, whatever, we don't conform. We're not the norms out there. We're not the normies out there putting people down, saying how you have to act, how you have to dress. I'm 48. Like, when my dad was 48, never would he be looking or dressing like this. Like, I'm trying to break these barriers, and a lot of people in this age group in their 40s they're going, this is me. I'm not going to wear a fucking suit and tie. I'm not going to wear a button-up flannel shirt. And no offense if you do, that ain't me. This is me, and this is who I want to be, and I'm going to express myself. So, yeah, thanks for saying that with the poop man guy, because... You do have to have, what a conversation. This could be like a Nobel Peace Prize riveting Harvard conversation. I look at that and
honestly,
I go,
you got someone writing this down?
Write it down. I want a hypothesis. Is that a thing? I think a hypothesis is a thing. I graduated college, believe it or not. Dropped out of high school. Always did things my own way. Don't recommend it. It was the tough way to do it, but I did it. I broke down when Poop Man came out. Poop Man was a man for the masses. We have everybody fighting over politics, over foods, over how to act. Poop Man said we all have something in common. We all poop. Let's get along here. If you could run around like that with toilet paper drenched off your head, caked in makeup, getting that makeup off took me a millennium. But that was my way of
I can only imagine.
Dude, and it was like burning when you're trying to get it off because it was so textured. She did such a great job. Too good of a job. And then Eric, thanks, Eric. He's like, put it on his fucking hands. Eric, that son of a... Eric's going to get me killed one day, this fucking guy. Eric is the man. Eric, you know I love you, and I can't wait to harass you at the next event. But I did that, and that was my ultimate telling everybody. We've arrived. The extreme metalheads have arrived. We're back. Do what you want. There's no shame. The shit you sing about, you know, you've got some intense lyrics. You've got some crazy shit going on there. And that's an inspiration for people, too, because they're afraid. A lot of people are just afraid, how are people going to take this? Are going to think this is real? Are going to think this is that or this is this? You put it out there and say, this is who I am, and we need that.
I absolutely resonate with, like, pretty much everything you said. I think, I totally agree. I think Poop Man is for the people, and I'm going to give you a fucking toilet paper salute to that. I actually just have to wipe my forehead.
Look at this! Poop Man Jr. in the making!
That's right. I keep the paper nearby just in case.
Just in case.
I put it on my mic stand. But,
sick, dude.
yeah, I definitely think you gotta be true to who you are, and you have to, like, put out just your energy into the world. I think what you said about, you know, when you're starting out and people not really vibing with the whole shouting the Slayer thing and saying it was cringe or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, the way I see it, it's not really just about. I mean, it's definitely about fucking Slayer, but it's not. It's about the energy and the, you know, what you're putting out to the world, the environment that you're creating by doing that. Right. And like I said, you're telling people it's cool, and you're not compromising, and that's. I really resonate with that because that's something I try to do with Genophobic Perversion. I don't compromise with whatever I make. I'm true to myself. I put out whatever the fuck I make, and if people don't like it, that's fine. I'll put out something next week, and maybe you'll like it better.
Awesome. That's great advice for these bands starting out. They need to hear that because I've said this on this podcast a billion times. The amount of people, bands, creators that I've seen just stop because of a negative comment or one thing didn't work. I'm like, if fucking Slayer ever get to your point. And anyone that knows my content, they see there's a lot more, right? The energy, the comic stuff. The fucking Slayer's an easy target for someone that doesn't know me, right? They could just go, this guy just yells. And then what I also say to them, I've had some of those, I go, you do it. You go out in front of 3,000 people at a fucking festival and starts causing a fucking scene that no one's ever seen. That people are like looking around like, holy shit, are we under attack? And I'm like, no, but your mom's going to be under attack in the bedroom later. You got to just be yourself. You got to bring that energy. And if fucking Slayer ever got tired for people, there'll be something else because I'll always be out there just screaming and having a good time. I mean, even during Scissor Hash at the Bonanza, somebody's like, do they scissor? So I started a scissor chant. I started screaming, scissor, and it just got people, to your point, everybody was being quiet. The stage was getting set up. It was awkward. For me, it's awkward. Like, why are we having an awkward silence? We're about to rage. We're about to just destroy shit. Let's get loud. Let's have fun. And the worst that happens is somebody doesn't like it. That they don't have to listen. They don't have to take part in it. If everyone else is having a good time listening to your music, listening to me get the energy out there, that I just got so psyched too because I was at Hatebreed, Lamb of God, and Shadows Fall in Springfield. 6 show. Hatebreed was unreal. Great crowd. And it was cool because I stayed in the MGM casino overnight. And it was all metalheads everywhere. And like there was Madman follow. Dude, it was the time of my life walking from the venue to the place. But Brian from RPM was there, and then we were talking, and he's like, come to RPM Fest, do some shout-outs, get the people pumped, get energy, I'll hook you. Brian, thank you, because you know I'm going to be there, and I'm going to bring the energy and insanity, and I'm trying to get more and more of that, where I could get more involved, because the other thing is I love getting on stage, I love getting on the mic, and just getting people crazy. You know, I love, just like your two bands, you get people, they listen to it, or they go sit, and they get insane. That's what I like to do, too. That's what this music's all about. And it's up to us. When people are looking at us, we got to show them the way. We can't be timid. We can't be shy. We can't be afraid of what people think. Because without people doing these things, the scene just dies. The scene that which happens to metal when people get too quiet and it gets too commercial. Like you're saying with GP, you're bringing. You can't even. What I love, the best thing you said about this band was like you can't even really describe what it is. That's what we need more of. That's what you want.
It's literally just my dumping ground for whatever I make, and I honestly think more people need to do that. I think we just need more just heavy music in the world, and I think just more and more, even if it's not polished, even if it's not perfectly quantized, whatever, just throw it out there, see if people like it, and if they don't try something else. That's how I've been able to put out so much music, is because I don't really go through any like quality checking. I just
amazing
record something, good, on to the next one, just constantly.
Man, dude, you could be long lost son in another universe, because that's the madman. That's the madman, right? People go, you post a lot. I love just posting. I don't care. I don't have the best lighting. I don't have the best camera angle. I never did. I'll always remember someone early when I was coming up, Miss Metal. She's not very active anymore. Just awesome person, Australian metalhead. And she said to me, she's like, the appeal of you, madman, is you just don't give a fuck. You watch all these other creators, and everything has to be perfect. Every lighting, every stance. You just are you. And I'm like, and that's what you were saying too. Just be your. You want to express your art. I used to write a lot of poetry. I had written a lot of like off-Broadway plays. I just love to get stuff out there, and I just love to create. So I appreciate you saying that. And to your point, it would be great if we. It seems like the only thing I'm in the scene right now, it's getting a little frustrating, is I'm starting to see a lot of division again, and a lot of labeling of what type of bands, and if this is female fronted, this is this, and if this guy's this is that. And it's like, get rid of all that shit. It's extreme music. And I was always that type of person where I'll listen to fucking every type of music that's heavy. I don't care what it is, whether it's punk, hardcore, glam, death, slam, all of it. All of it has great stuff in it. And that's why I really like Obituary, with like Obituary's going out with hardcore bands and all this like crossover stuff's happening. We need to keep breaking down scenes. The scene's got to break down. It's got to merge into just one thing. It's us misfits. We're all these fucking outsiders. People look at us the way we dress, the way we talk, the way we yell, against normal society. That's the enemy. We all got to love each other. We're all the same. We're all at the same thing. We want that same fun and to express ourselves. So I really do appreciate what you're doing with GP, because we need more of that.
Absolutely. I think we need to, stick together. Yeah. Like with Wretched Inferno, I will say we've been on like a bunch of hardcore shows. Like I think like a couple of years ago we headlined one. We don't even consider ourselves we're not even in the realm of hardcore, but a big goal that I think we've always had in Wretched Inferno specifically is to make death metal, but have it be like sort of a melting pot of all these different styles and sub-genres, whatever the fuck, so that there's something that everyone can, grab onto and have a good time. And that's, I think, I totally agree to your point about, there's so much division in the scene, or so much categorization. It doesn't fucking matter. Death metal, brutal death metal to slam. We're death metal. We play death metal music. Right. That's what we do, and it's as simple as that. No need to get into all the nitty gritty. We do what we like.
That's why I say when I compare you to like Death, because Death back in the day, like people would get pissed at them. They would do a lot of different type of shit and technical shit and stuff that you're not supposed to do that as a death metal band, right? You're just supposed to be this one trick pony, just that one pure. No, bring in everything that you can. I always loved the band Atheist, because they'd bring in like jazz breaks out of the middle of nowhere. I love it's why I love Brat, because I love that Liz plays like fucking Britney Spears before she's fucking starts just going insane on stage. I love all that shit, dude. And you got to keep preaching that, because the more we get of that, the bigger the scene gets, the less division we have, and everyone can get along and have a good time. When you see 100 releases is just mind-boggling. 100 release, you're so young, and that's just one of your bands. And I mean, when I hear that, look, you'll probably get to 1,000 eventually. Like, you have that kind of energy that comes to you, dude, and it's just great to see. How long does it take to just, record it and then get it on digital? Like, how's that process for people that haven't done that before?
Well, I would say the whole process can take, from like recording to like sending it out to streaming,
Yep.
At the shortest, it could take like maybe 2 or 3 days for me. It's
Okay.
taken it's taken months before on releases that I really meticulously groom and look
Yep.
over. But I'm able to get stuff out pretty fast. Usually services are pretty quick. Maybe they just know they're like, oh, GP, he puts out everything. Just send it through. Just get him on
We're
there.
on standby already. This guy.
Exactly. But yeah, it's definitely not the same for everyone. Because like I said, I've streamlined a process of like recording stuff. What does that logo say? I can't quite
I don't
read
know.
it.
I can't read it. Let me ask somebody on my podcast how to say it. Colin gave
Is
me
that
this. Please, yeah. What is it? Because you gave it to me. I don't even know what it is.
Well, that appears to be a CD sleeve. I
It
could
is
be
a
wrong,
CD
though.
sleeve.
That's a compilation CD I made before going to the Bonanza.
Hand numbered.
It's a hand numbered, hand burned. It's a compilation. It's called the Truly Perverted Preview. It has a couple select tracks from what is going to be the 100th release, which is going to be a massive like multi-hour. I got 8 hours of music right now. It's probably gonna be
Wow.
longer than that, but a fuck ton of music. I'm just gonna drop all at once, just as
Yes.
a bank of stuff I've made from the past half decade.
Dude,
And
that
so
is
that's
crazy.
just a sampling of some of that.
And thank you for that, because me and Shay lost our minds. We were little fucking giddy school kids running around, be like, "We got the CD! It's numbered!" It was so cool to get, and I really do appreciate stuff like that. So thank you. It does mean it's a memory for me. That whole Bonanza was a memory. You and me doing the Slayer was a memory. Poop Man, the man for the masses. He's a real piece of shit, they say, but I disagree. I think he cares about your bowel health, your digestive system, and he wants to make sure that when you do see the Metal Moms, everybody stays clean. And I can joke about the Metal Moms, because one of the things Colin said to me, he goes, when you do joke about them, you do it in a fun way. You don't seem like a goddamn scumbag piece of shit like people out there, and I just like to have fun. Anyone that gets to meet me, and I will, as we know, I will beat a joke to death 5 billion times. Like those Metal Moms, besides beating me up, I mean, I just like the scene with Metal Moms in it. It's a better place for everybody. But thank you for that CD. And think 8 hours of music. Like, dude, there's people that will not record 8 minutes of music in their life. 8 hours.
Isn't that sad? They won't give themselves the opportunity to just put shit on the software and just see what sticks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad, really. So much potential that will never be realized. I really like, the idea of projects where it's just like from the mind of one person, just their distilled thoughts that they just put out there and then put it out, and it can almost give you like a view into their musical perspective, which is kind of what I try to do with GP.
Dude, it's so inspirational, and it is sad. And like I had said with some bands and creators, it does sadden me when I watch them quit, when I watch people give up. And I've said this before, where if you, first of all, just do it for yourself. Do it. Make things in your life you want to do, and like that's everything I've done with the Madman, where it's like I want to, announce a band, I want to sell merch, I want to be on a TV thing. I keep accomplishing it because I just keep going. I don't care what people think. I don't care what people say. I just want to have a good time. And then to that point, though, I do start to care because I start to meet some really cool people, and I start you meet people that are just really awesome, and you want to inspire them, and that's what we've done. And I do know a few people in my life that are like, just by me drilling them, I'm going like, do not give up on your dream. It doesn't matter if there's one person at the show. It doesn't matter if you get 3 listens on streaming. You're getting your creative outlet out there, and you don't know what happens if you don't try. You got to at least try.
Yeah. So many people are discouraged by like putting out their music and then just, they wait like a day or two and they look and it has 0 streams and like, oh, I guess this means I'm a failure. No, you got to let your music settle, or you just got to flood it completely with music. So it's hard to ignore.
True.
Like, it's just, oh God, what was I going to say? It just completely left me.
That's, I'm being quiet
go ahead.
for once. Go.
Oh, okay. I think what I was gonna say was, just the, like, I kept going. Like, GP started as like a joke in a group chat I was in, and I made a little demo, and I was like, wouldn't this be funny if I started this project? And then I started it, and I kept going, and I really didn't get much like traction in the first couple of years, but I wasn't looking for that. I was just looking to put stuff out that I like and to like develop my skills as like a producer and a writer. And the stuff I've accomplished with this little side project in the past half a decade has been incredible. I've put out like a bunch of physical releases of bullshit I put together in my bedroom. I've done a couple live shows with some amazing people. Shout out Leith and Nikhil from Anal Stab Wound. They played at the Bonanza in 2024 for my set, and they were incredible. We didn't even practice beforehand.
Damn.
We were too far away, so we didn't get the chance to practice in person. And we literally just went up to like the side of the stage, ran through the songs with just like our unplugged guitars and with Nikhil just slapping on his thighs. And then we went up and did it, and it was like better than anything I could have imagined. So my point, you got to keep going, because there's persistence is rewarded with amazing things
True.
if you put enough time into it.
It's true. It's just like I'll have when I start different platforms. It's the same thing. It doesn't automatically mean everyone's gonna follow you to the next platform. You gotta start posting, and you gotta be consistent. And I have that with some people now. A band actually like, oh, we went on TikTok. We're getting no traction. I'm like, so you've been on here for less than a month. You're not regularly put out 5 videos a day. To your point, just flood it. Just keep getting stuff out there. Do different things. Get outside. Just go have fun on there. But people, they just want an instant gratification. I didn't make it within a month. Guys, it could take a year. It could take 5 years. And what do you do? We all end up in the same place anyway. It's all going to end the same way. Why not try? Don't you want to be on your deathbed going, I can't believe I got there? Like, no matter what you accomplish, I got there. Like, you are ready at the stuff you're doing, and you're just getting started. And that's what keeps me going, is going like, look at all this stuff I'm accomplishing just by trying. That's all I'm doing. I am consistent. I am out there. You're consistently putting out music. You grow, you evolve. You just keep getting all this just energy and this positive creativity going out there to show people. And like you said, that started out as like a joke. Like, here it goes as a joke, and now it's not a joke anymore. Now it's a real thing. It's something that's gonna inspire people to go get your instruments, have 2 projects, have 3, and that's what I like about the scene too nowadays. Back in the day, it wasn't like this. Like, you'd have one band and that was it. I love now where I'll talk to someone, they got 4 different things going on. I'm like, why not? Keep busy, keep your brain going, keep putting out content.
Yeah, I think Will from Wretched Inferno just joined his 5th band. Like, he is just adding and adding onto it. But
amazing.
Yeah, I think you gotta love making music first. I think a lot of people that are trying to blow up, they want to get popular,
right,
instead of like making stuff that they enjoy. Like, and there's nothing against wanting to have a big platform or a big audience. Everyone wants that, but if that's your main goal, then you're always going to operate under the how can I maximize my viewership, right, or how can I optimize for my viewer base. If you want to make something really like interesting and creative and something that like says something about you, it's got to come from a genuine place of like loving what you do and loving creating. And then people will see that like passion for creativity, and they'll latch onto that. They'll latch onto that energy.
True.
It's really all about, like, I think if there's anything we can take away from this conversation, is that's all about the energy that you put out into the world and how people resonate with that energy.
The worst thing, it's like what they say with a band or a content creator, the worst thing is to have that one viral thing right away. It will destroy you, because now that's all you're doing is chasing it. How do I do that again? Instead of just going out there and doing what you do. Like, I remember on TikTok, when I was like, if I could just get 100 followers, like, that would be crazy. Like, I wasn't like 100,000 or 10. And I remember when I got to 10,000, I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. Like, I didn't change anything. I just keep going throughout the years. And I watched that with bands, just like you said. You've got to do it because you want to do it. If you're doing it I want to be a superstar, it's not going to happen. And if you get that lucky thing where something blows up, it never stays. We've seen it a billion times. That especially with content stuff and all this stupid shit and Hawk Tours and everything. You watch all these things. Yeah. Right? And it's always the same story. You rise, you go flying, but then you become fucking Icarus and you head for that fucking sun, and you are going to come down in flames because you weren't doing something you liked. You were doing something you think people want you to do, and you weren't being. The best thing to do, like you said, is just Move on to the next thing. Just keep going. Keep enjoying yourself. And that's what you're fucking doing. You're everywhere all the time. What's next for both projects here? You got 2 fucking elite projects here. The guy's running circles around everybody. I can't even keep up with. I saw you going to be at Ralph's in Worcester?
I would. When is that show happening? Because I would love to go,
Yep.
but I believe a couple of years ago, Wretched Inferno got banned from Ralph's for being too young. So I don't know if I'm even allowed there. But I am turning 21 this October, so if it's after then, I'm game.
I
But
thought I saw your
if
name
not-
there somewhere. Was it an old thing or something?
It's weird because we've played there like 5 or like 4 times before, and then one of the times, like I guess they had new management or something, and they came
Yeah.
up to us and like, yeah, you can't come back here. You're too
Wow.
young, and I was a little weirded out, but it was like, okay. I mean, I like Ralph's, but there's plenty more places to.
Yeah,
play.
and if people don't
But-
want to let you there, fuck them. Like, that's my philosophy. You know, you got to move on and do what you want to
Exactly.
do. I must have saw an old
I'll take my
flyer.
noise somewhere else.
You take your
Yeah,
noise
we-
somewhere else and bring me there so I could fucking smack everybody around if they disrespect. I mean, no, we don't believe in violence. I'm a sensitive boy. But I must have saw an old flyer with something with Wretched Inferno, and I was like, oh shit, you going back to Ralph's? That's fucking funny. I just asked you an irrelevant question, which is even funnier.
That's okay. I don't get to talk about that much, so it's a little funny anecdote.
It is.
But I mean, I'll answer your question.
Sure.
For Wretched, we are working on an album. We've been working on it for a while. We got it pretty much done instrumentally now. We just got to write lyrics and then practice the songs a bunch, and then hopefully we can record sometime later this year, next year,
Yep.
and get that out. And I don't want to hype up my new material and be like, oh, it's the heaviest thing I put out yet. But I am very proud of the new material we've been doing. We played a couple songs, new ones at the Bonanza. We played Carnivorous Analingus, and we played a song called Fetid Carnality, and people seem to love those. So
Great.
if people like that, they'll like it recorded. As far as GP goes, I'm gonna just keep putting out stuff. That release we mentioned before, the one where I sampled the Madman himself, when I sampled his voice, that should be out now. Whenever this
Sick.
podcast goes up,
Okay.
it goes up August 1st, and it might be a little bit for the 100th release because I got to finalize everything and make sure it's perfect. I got to get art
Yep.
and all that.
Okay.
But it'll be coming before the end of this year. And I think that's about it. I mean, I got like maybe one other project that I had on my back burner for a while. Contaminated Drug Supply. That's another one. I got an album for that I'm working on, but that's like in
Sick.
purgatory for like a bunch of years. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yep.
But those 2 at least are what's going on with my excuse me. Those are my concrete plans for the future.
And I'll definitely, this is the next one I'm putting out because I want to align that with the song. Because like I said, it was an honor for, and again, I have all these little stupid things on my checkbox, and that's one of the things I wanted to happen for me. So thank you. You're like an angel from the heavens, even with all your debauchery. Even with this debauchery. And I got to tell you, I want to know, like I said to you at the Bonanza, you just got to remind me when stuff's coming out because I can't keep up with you all the time because you do put out a lot of stuff. You put out nonstop things. And Wretched, you're new, and you have a right to say it's going to be this is what I like. You're progressing. It is going to be the heaviest, hardest shit out there. Everybody could get in line. I saw some great new stuff. That's why you got to love the Bonanza too, because like even Sean Frog Mallet, seeing a couple of new songs from Frog Mallet just came out there, and we're just sick and insane and bonging it. All these, this is the scene, and you just have something with these multiple bands, and this just nonstop take no prisoners. Here I am, and it is the heaviest shit he's ever had. And you guys better all fucking support him and see the shows and buy the merch for fuck's sake, and go listen, download everything, because this guy is spreading like a fucking plague. This is New England slam death hardcore extreme music metal, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You're looking at it right here, and he's just getting fucking, by the time he's my age, 666,000 releases could be happening.
I'll be more than that, man. And if you don't fucking like that, I'll take this hockey stick and I will shove it right up there. I will go way up there.
Way up there, and then and then Poop Man will come out. You don't want him going up there. That guy's gotta have some kind of diseases and salmonella. He didn't look too hygienic.
Bootman's for the people, but he's not for everyone.
Not for
Know that.
everyone. What about
Mostly for everyone, but if you fuck with him, he'll fuck you back.
He will. And these are things that you will have to go to the doctor for, which has happened to me with some of the metal moms. They're not always the cleanest. But so you have these great releases coming out, possible 3 bands coming out. What about as far as how many shows do you see coming up in the next year? Are you doing any tours? Are you doing any festivals? Are you doing any solo stuff? What's going on?
We got 2 more shows lined up for Wretched Inferno this year. One in
Sick.
August and one in September. But besides that, we've kind of been spending 2025 just kind of like writing and staying in the studio.
Yep.
Definitely expect more from us in like 2026 because whenever this next album comes out, we're definitely going to be doing some sort of tour for that.
Okay.
I got to get back on the road, man. I'm sick of being in Massachusetts. I need to get out of here for a bit. And yeah, I don't know if I'll be doing live shows for GP because that's like every now and then if something special happens.
I would love if you would
I'll do something like that.
It would be so sick. I'll be the first one there if you do that. That would be unreal to watch.
I mean, do you know how hard it would be to pick songs to play, though? There's so many.
You're just going to have to randomly maybe have a fucking contest like on Insta, you know? Everybody vote for a song and just make us do the work for you because... Or you know what you do? Maybe you have we put on a one-man festival for you, okay, one day, and you just play we're all there for the 18 hours of music. You let us have some breaks, bathroom breaks, beer breaks, poop breaks for Poop Man, of course, and you just rip through 87 hours of music.
Absolutely. I think I have the stamina for that at 20 years old.
I can do it. You have
bring
the
all my
stamina.
shit.
Dude, you are on another level. I love that you're taking the time to record this year. And again, all stuff to show people. Because the other bad thing you can do before I wrap everything up here is you could burn yourself out by trying to do too many things at once or try and accomplish everything at once. I've been guilty of that. And then you take a setback. And someone like the Madman, it's like the end of the world now. You know, holy shit, I failed. When it's like, you didn't, calm down. Shit happens, move past it. But when you take too much at once, it just never works. If you're trying to play 50 shows this year and record an album and have multiple projects, that's a recipe for disaster. So it's good for people to hear that too. Put your stuff in line. Everything takes time. Again, you don't want to be something overnight. Nothing good has ever come in the history of anything from that. You want to build it. You want to be concise. Put stuff in a box, a Metal Moms box maybe. I can't stop myself. And you just want to keep going forward. Don't stop what you're doing, dude. You're the future of the scene. New material coming.
New material's coming, and I am honored. I feel like I like an heir to a throne or something. But I would agree, and I think even with the volume of music I put out with GP, you still gotta pace yourself. If you're like, there are times where I go a while without recording new music, and I just go off of just stuff I have in my backlogs. If I don't have the inspiration, I don't force myself.
Right.
It very easily, this project I have where the sole goal is to put out as much as possible could turn into me just like overworking myself. Like I have to constantly top myself. I have to put out more releases than I did last year, but it's, it ebbs and flows. I've slowed down a bit this year with it because, I'm putting a bit more effort into this 100th thing, but like, I'm okay with that because, there's no rules, but there are rules. There's some rules, but there's not many rules. But you can also make the rules for yourself. But you also don't have to make the rules. But follow the rules or don't follow the rules. I don't fucking care.
Exactly.
But I follow my rules.
The first rule of Death Metal Club is there are no fucking rules. That's it.
None. Nada.
No, and that's good advice too. Again, is that shit just takes time. That's the other reason people quit. I've seen everybody quit from the same thing. It didn't happen fast. It's not going to happen fast enough. And that's okay. We just get better with it taking longer too. You become smarter. You learn more things. You become sharper. And it's just what you do. And I'm excited for new music. I cannot wait. Again, thanks for throwing me on that track. Super fucking honored. So glad me and Shay were talking about it and loved. I was laughing at my delivery and the way you fucking came and just like punch it in the mouth. I was having so much fun with that song, dude. It was so great. Lots of big things for you in the future. You know I'm always there to support you. I love the fucking hangs. I believe in the music. You are the scene. Let nothing fucking stop you. You're an inspiration to everybody, dude. And let's have you on here sooner than later this time. Let's come back and chat and just see. It'd be fun even in a fucking month to see, like, where are you from what we just talked about, right? With the releases and how you've moved forward. And then we can talk about all the other crazy shit.
Absolutely. I'd love to come back. I love just talking and, you know, hanging out. And,
Same.
you know, I really appreciate everything you're saying with me. I am the scene. I'm just a kid. But I do appreciate that. And it's an honor to be the place at the, you know, area I am now with the, you know, scene and everything. But I honestly could not have gotten here without the support and, you know, love of others, including you, the madman himself. So thank you for everything as well.
Hey,
I love this scene, and I'd love to come back.
Same, dude. We believe in you. I believe in you. I say what I say. One thing people know about the madman, if I say something, I mean it. It's how I am. If I can't do something I say, it upsets me a lot. I am somebody that's true to my word, and you just keep going. And yeah, you're only fucking 20. But time moves, dude. Time moves fast, and you got to just keep clinging to it and going. At 25, this is where I could be. If I keep going, this is where I could be, and I know you'll be there, and I believe in it, and we'll fucking hang again soon. And go out there and check all the music out, especially if the madman's on something. Feed the ego a little more. I need some more ego, Colin. It's been a fucking pleasure, dude. Let's have you on sooner than later. Don't fucking stop thrashing. Don't fucking stop owning this scene. Don't underestimate yourself. Keep that hockey stick fucking handy. You know, and the toilet paper. It was a nice class.